I thought we built a bond among our team members, unity, a concept of kind of being a family, being brothers, being all in this together. I mean, that's what we really tried to accomplish. I really felt like this team bought into that whole idea.
How is that different from years past?
It's not different. I think we've accomplished it in different ways with different teams in the past, but this year it was easier. This year it just seemed like all the guys bought into the concept. We had a very unselfish group of players this year that really decided that they were going to play for each other.
So much media talk, so many preseason accolades. How excited is this team to actually play a football game?
We're very excited. The night game, I think, has been a tremendous plus for us because the excitement about that night game has rubbed off on our team, on our players. And, we intentionally did not practice that night. We wanted to save the under the lights for the actual game, and I know they can't wait to get out there.
How are you guys approaching Chadron State? I know the last time they came to Bozeman, they sprung a little bit of an upset. So is that something you communicate to your guys as far as, any team can win on any given night?
We've done that for sure. The Chadron win in 2006 is one that lots and lots of people still remember. I wasn't here. Coach Mack and Coach Ione were here, though. They remember, and they've talked to the team. I've talked to the team. And it is that adage is true. Anybody can win on any given day, and I expect Chadron to come in and give us a very tough battle. And they've done that before too. Back in the '90s, Bill Lamberty was telling me they played very tough games against Montana State. Watching them on film, athletically, they've got fast guys. They're tough, physical, big guys. They're bigger than we are, and so we fully expect a very challenging game.
Is it the one thing, Coach, that you think will present the most challenges for you guys? Is their size?
I think that some of the matchups will be very difficult for us because of their size and strength. The other thing that's hard is with the new coaching staff and being the opening game of the season, we don't have a real solid idea what the schemes are going to be. So we're kind of preparing for a ghost that way.
From a schematics point of view, obviously they're going to be going all out to try to pull the upset. There's the theory that you guys don't want to show a lot on film here in the opener. How do the schematics kind of match up there when they're throwing everything at you guys?
We're not going to hold anything back. We don't really operate that way. We're kind of a base offense all the time. We'll have our wrinkles, that we'll throw in, but those will be different wrinkles every week. So we're going to go do our stuff. And Jamie Marshall has always been the kind of defensive coach where we play base defense. We make the same calls all year long. It's just what the offense does, how they line up sort of makes the changes for us. So we'll take our base stuff and our good stuff and we'll use it all.
Is the 06 loss still a motivating factor, even though there are a few people who are part
I don't think it's going to have a lot of impact on our players, except for the fact that they know that Chadron State has experience coming up here as a program, and that they're going to feel confident and comfortable being here. So I think that part of it will factor in. But no, since none of these players were around to actually participate in that game, I don't know that it'll be a huge motivator.
Coach, is there one guy who really stood out in preseason that you could point to and say, he really advanced?
Oh boy, I'd have to say one guy that was very impressive in preseason was Taylor Sheridan. Redshirt freshman, has never played a college game. He's moved positions from defensive end to nose guard, so it was brand new for him, and not even in the spring. He just moved here for the fall camp, and he had a great camp. He worked hard all the time. He's battling for playing time with Craig Ashworth, and I thought he had a great camp. Yeah, I feel pretty good about where we are. We lost a couple of guys, Odenko and Cruz, Seawing, that were injury guys during camp, and that's disappointing for those two guys and for our team. But otherwise, I felt like we came out pretty well, and we'll be healthy, ready to go.
Going back to the night game real quick, how important is it to you and the players to be part of a milestone event like this for this program?
I was a history major in college. I think history is very important, and I think our guys know we're making history on Thursday night with the first night game ever here, and I think it's special. Everybody wants to be part of the first time environment. But the other thing about it is that I think the electricity in the stands and the crowd that we're going to have will both be better because of the night game. So that's probably just as important to our players as anything.
Coach, is there one player on Chadron State that's really stood out to you when watching film?
They have a couple big guys on each side of the ball. The big nose guard is a tremendous football player, very disruptive, and then the big offensive tackle, probably an NFL prospect. They've got some legitimate guys, big athletic guys that can play.
That tackle that you're talking about, Gilkey, can he present any type of challenges for your defensive?
I never know about the matchups till we actually get out on the field and see. He looks good on film.
Well, if everything goes as intended, it should give you a chance to test your depth a little bit in the game. Are there any positions that are really going to be highlighted for you, positions you're going to be watching?
You know, we're not going into the game thinking that we're gonna play a lot of guys or play extra guys or go deep on the roster. We're gonna play the game, you know, assuming we're gonna have to play 60 minutes with our best guys. That's how we're going into the game. Now, that doesn't mean we won't rotate some, but we would rotate if we were playing Utah on Thursday night. So that, you know, corner, we're gonna play a couple of guys, try to get some linebackers in the game. Nose guards will rotate a little bit. We're not gonna rotate in the offensive line. Those 5 guys are gonna play because we want to try to get them used to playing together.